Hello, everyone. I'm Ellen Miller from the Alumni Office here at Bridgewater College. And today I have the 2019 recipient of the West-Whitelow Award for Humanitarian Service, Hal Hedley, from the class of 1970. So first, let me tell you a little bit about the West-Whitelow Award for Humanitarian Service, and then we'll have some questions with Hal. Each year since 2002, the West-Whitelow Award for Humanitarian Service is given to an alumnus who best represents the high ideals of Bridgewater College and its alumni. This award honors Naomi Miller West, class of 29, and Carlisle Whitelow, class of 59, whose exemplary records of humanitarian service continue to set the example for all generations of Bridgewater College alumni. Recipients of this award perform significant public service outside the realm of their chosen vocation. They enhance community well-being and display commitment to promote the betterment of humanity. In addition, they demonstrate leadership through example and action, as well as demonstrate tireless efforts in giving of their time and talents to the community, be it the local or the worldwide community. So welcome, Hal. I'm really pleased you could join me today. I'm going to start with our first question. Hal, why did you attend BC, and what were you involved in when you were a student here?
Wow, great question. Start with the fact that even though I ultimately got 3 college degrees, I was not a really good student in high school. I was president of my class and too busy doing sports and everything to study. So I barely made the upper third, didn't even get 1,000 on SATs. And so I was really scratching my head for where to go. And one of my coaches said, there's a really cool place up in the valley, Bridgewater College. I know the coach there. Why don't you go up and talk to the coach? I did. And I talked to Coach Day, and I met Doc Jobson, and Coach Day took my information over to the admissions, and maybe being a football player and a track guy helped, but I did get in. And so that's how I got started. Activities at Bridgewater, football my freshman year, should have kept playing, but I kind of needed to study a little bit, Doc Jobson said. And I did track, indoor and outdoor track. And my senior year, I was captain of the track team, which was an honor. We did start a Fellowship of Christian Athletes group, and we started a weight room, believe it or not, under the stairs in the old gym. So those were kind of the things that I was involved in. And the cool thing about Bridgewater is if you wanted to do something, you could do it. You know, it was small enough that you could have an impact.
Nice. That's great. So what do you think is the most important thing you learned during your time here at BC?
The most important thing I learned was one day at track practice when I showed up and Doc Jobson turned to me, and you know, he's a storied coach and person with everything should be named after him at Bridgewater probably. And he said, Hedley, you're coming to practice too much. I said, excuse me? And he goes, are you studying enough? That's number one. And that was probably the most important lesson. That was my freshman year. And like I say, I left Bridgewater, I got better and better grades. I was able to get a master's at Richmond and a doctorate at William and Mary. And the reason, I think the number one reason was, it was education first. And we did goof off. We had a lot of fun at Bridgewater. I spent all 4 years in what was then Wardo Hall's residence hall. That's another story for another day.
So maybe that was your best memory, was it? Or is there another memory of BC?
Oh, there's one memory. Like a lot of the guys at Bridgewater, we thought we weren't going to date Bridgewater girls. And then one night it snowed and one thing led to another. I called the dorm, and I was lucky that there was somebody that needed a date. And so we went up in the mountains and I had a little party, and I really, really liked her, but I thought, I don't guess this will last. And 51 years later, Luann is my dear, dear wife. We have 4 kids, 4 grandkids, 2 great-grandkids, and I really got lucky. So that was the greatest thing that happened to me at Bridgewater. And she probably never planned on marrying a Bridgewater guy either, but I was very fortunate. She was a year ahead of me. So our first year of marriage, we lived in Wardo Hall in an apartment that I'm sure my mother-in-law really loved. But it was a real cool way to start. And it's just good memories.
Right. That's a beautiful memory. That's great.
Yeah, and my wife got to live with 75 guys the first year of her marriage. They were the Wardo guys. And Wardo was kind of the black sheep dorm of the college. And so we had a good time over there, and we tried to improve our reputation. I don't know if we ever did.
Nice. So what did it mean to you to receive the West-Whitelow Humanitarian Award?
Wow, wow. Interestingly, well, of course, Coach Whitelow was and is one of the most important people in my life. I wasn't good enough in the sports he coached, like tennis and baseball, to be a part of those sports. I'm more of a strength guy, not a technique guy. But I always admired the man so much. It was so much fun to come back and after the award, see him out waving at everybody downtown, and then to get a call and letters from a couple of my classmates from 1970 congratulating me. That really meant a lot. And other than one other award where I got to speak to the governor of Florida, Lawton Chiles, for an advocacy award, I have nothing else to compare to this. Those were the two greatest awards in my life. And, I got them because of a lot of things that a lot of other people did that made me look good, but that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, Hal, what are your passions?
Wow. I've never gotten over sports. So I go and coach Olympic weightlifting. Mostly they're females and college students and high school students. I coach that a couple of days a week, and I coach Special Olympic weightlifting. We're in a pause right now, but and I have about 15 Special Olympic weightlifters of all sorts of abilities. Some of them can lift almost 400 pounds. My son can bench press over 200 pounds, and it's really exciting. Some of them, it's all they can do to lift the bar. That's my biggest pleasure. And then being retired in Florida and with family and friends, it doesn't get any better than this.
Great. So last question, what advice would you give to our current BC students?
BC students, number one, go for it. Do everything you can while you're there. And I mean good things. Take advantage of Bridgewater. Know for sure, and I found this out after I left, because I was a perpetual student. I think I went to about 5 different universities after I left Bridgewater. And the preparation, the quality of our education is awesome. And then there's something very special about that place. I doubt if you'll be lucky to live in a place any more pleasant than the Shenandoah Valley. If you are, you're lucky. I'm close with Florida, but it doesn't get any better than the Valley. It doesn't get any better than BC. Take advantage of your education and know that in many ways, it'll be the best years of your life.
Well, thank you so much, Hal. I knew
Thank
you
you.
a little bit, and it was wonderful to get to know you a little more. And to all the folks listening, we would love for you to nominate people for this award, the West-Whitelow Humanitarian Award. We give it out every year, as well as we give out the Young Alumnus and the Distinguished Alumnus Award. So go to our website and nominate folks. We would appreciate that. Thank you again, Hal. This was great. And
Go BC.
Go Eagles. Thank you.